Welcome back to the YouTube channel of Nick from Australia, and welcome to the World Club Challenge preview. Wigan Warriors versus Penrith Panthers preview. As you guys know, the World Club Challenge is this Sunday morning for us here in Australia, 7 a.m. kickoff. I will be awake. I will be live streaming the game. I am looking forward to it. But to help us preview one of the biggest games of the entire year, we have got one of the top rugby league YouTube content creators out there. He doesn't really need an introduction, but we all know how much of a world-class YouTuber he is. Ladies and gentlemen, Pro Enzo Bids. How are you, bro?
Yeah, thanks, Nick, for having me on. And I've been good. It's been great, actually. It's going to be good, this World Club Challenge preview. Obviously, last year was we were all there for the last one between the Saints and Penrith. But this time around, it's now Wigan. So, that'll be a good game. Penrith and Wigan, I'm keen for it.
I enjoyed last year. We were there out at Penrith. It was about 38 degrees, and then with about 10 minutes before the game started, the rain just come in, and we all got soaked, and it was fantastic, man. We were sitting there in our seats, and then second half we ended up going down towards where the St. Helens fans were, and we just got with them, and St. Helens ended up winning with the field goal, Lewis Dodd, and everyone just went nuts.
Well, it was a great day. I love that day so much. It was just
one of the great vlogs on my channel and your channel, and just one of the great moments. So look, the World Club Challenge for me, Lorenzo, it's a massive deal. I know you are a massive fan of it as well. We take it serious. We enjoy the NRL versus the Super League. The best of the best going at it. Bro, I'm honestly just keen for the weekend.
Yeah, same here, actually. It's going to be a great game. You know, Penrith are obviously the best club in the NRL, and Wigan, I know it's between Wigan, Saints, and maybe another club here in Super League, but I think Wigan are definitely going to be capable of putting up a fight against Penrith. So yeah, it'll be a good game.
100%.
I'm looking forward to it.
No, you're right, 100%. They are one of the best clubs in the Super League, and obviously Penrith are, the best club in the NRL. Just quickly, I want to say hello to everyone that's watching us here live on YouTube right now. We got CJ Moxley, our brother, good man Mox. We got Rishi all the way from the UK. Shout out to you, brother. We got Josh. We got William Pearson, Jason Reader, SS Storm fan, Luke Melbourne Storm fan. Everyone that's tuning in here, Riley, hello. Thank you all for tuning in. I really appreciate you guys for watching as always. And just quickly, don't forget to like the stream. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, make sure you subscribe to Pro Enzo's as well. Make sure you do subscribe to the channel. Now let's get into the preview. Now we know that Penrith, they're already over there in the UK. They were hanging out with Warrington, funny enough, the other day.
Yeah, I saw that.
Funny enough. The only thing that we don't have with us is we don't have the team list. The teams are not announced yet. We are streaming this on a Wednesday afternoon. The game's on Sunday. We still don't know who's going to be starting. But what I can tell you is Jerome Luai will not be playing in the World Club Challenge, which is a massive loss. And I believe the replacement is a guy by the name of Cole.
Jack Cole. Yep, correct.
Jack Cole. He's a young 5'8". I've heard a little bit about him. I haven't seen much of him, but I guess we'll have to wait and see how he goes. Now, Lorenzo, Wigan against Penrith. I mean, we know it's a big deal. Obviously, last year Penrith played Saints out of Penrith. What do you think Penrith need to do differently in this World Club Challenge compared to last year against St. Helens?
I think more of just being able to not underestimate what the Super League can do, because I think Penrith were a bit more of a team where they were a bit like, it's just a team that we don't really know too well, so we're going to take them lightly, which I think they did against St. Helens. I mean, they were taking us very lightly in the opening few minutes of the first half. And I think the second half, Penrith competed a bit more and sort of knew that we weren't pushovers or whatever as a club. And I think the same needs to be there again for Penrith against Wigan. I think Wigan are a class side. I don't particularly like Wigan because I'm a Saints fan. The rivalry is definitely real today,
Yeah.
but yeah, Wigan are a strong side and they're a good side, and they won this year's comp for a reason, last year's comp for a reason. Sorry, so yeah, no, I think Penrith really needs to, not underestimate what kind of talent Wigan do have, and yeah, make it a very good game if they do.
Well, I think you're right about that. Like Penrith, they can't take Wigan lightly. I mean, they took St Helens lightly. St Helens went into that World Club Challenge with a massive underdog tag. No one gave them a chance. They were paying
Yep.
about $7-8 to win. I know that
Yeah.
because I had good money on them. But, Penrith need to treat Wigan like a big club in the NRL, and they need to be ready because they're going to the DW Stadium in Wigan, which is it's already sold out. It's going to be a packed house. I already had a look at the weather, as you guys know. I like to look at the weather for certain games. It is going to be 8 degrees and overcast. Funny enough, it is expected to be raining every single day in Wigan up until the game. So
Wow.
I have no doubt the ground will be wet. It'll be a little bit slippery, but it's going to be nice and cold. Penrith have to prepare very well. And if they prepare well and they start the game off well, it's their game to lose at the end, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I think so too. I think Penrith, obviously, Luai's going to hurt, but I think Cleary's kicking game will be so important in the wet if it does rain in Wigan on that day. And yeah, just same with the other players too. Just need to all do their role, and they'll get there in the end.
100%. Just quickly, we had a quick donation here from York. Wigan 13 plus. Sorry about the other day. Well, thank you very much for the $3. I appreciate it. Moving on. Speaking of Nathan Cleary and his kicking game, Lorenzo, 2022, the end of that season, we had the Rugby League World Cup, which was counted as the 2021 World Cup, but played at the end of 2022. Now, we saw Nathan Cleary's performances over for Australia in the Rugby League World Cup. He wasn't the greatest. It was his first time playing on the England pitches, playing on the grounds over in England, and his kicking game wasn't the greatest. He didn't really stand out as the best player or anything like that.
Not really.
Do you think Nathan Cleary can find the right balance with his kicking game on these, UK grounds?
Yeah, I think he just needs to be able to play as well as he does for Penrith week in, week out. I think, we do talk about his form for Australia sometimes and his form for the Blues when he does play for that state. And, yeah, it seems like a big occasions apart from the grand finals. He seems to really not be the same player. I don't know why that's the case, but he's still a class player, just that his form isn't the same, I've noticed. But when it comes to maybe playing a Super League side, well, last year against St Helens, he was a bit off as well. Like, he didn't seem like the player. Like, he didn't look like the player that everyone knew he was, So he's going to be on his A game on Sunday, that's for sure, against Wigan, because they have some really good big bodies in that team too. So he's going to be targeted. So, yeah, it's all about just being himself and getting ready for the game.
I have no doubt, absolutely no doubt in my mind, Wigan's game plan will be kick pressure on Cleary. Get all the big forwards, back rowers, front rowers, heaps of pressure on Cleary. They can't afford to give Nathan Cleary space. They can't. Yeah. And with Luai not being there, Cleary's going to have to kick a lot more, which is going to put a lot of pressure on Mitch Kenny. It's going to put a lot of pressure on Dylan Edwards. I did hear a rumor that Dylan Edwards is 50-50. So you don't want to be going into this game without your 5'8" and without your fullback. No, that can be difficult. Now, obviously, on team news, what we do know, the only player out for Wigan is Luke Thompson. He unfortunately suffered a HIA last week, failed. Thompson is not playing for Wigan. Sadly, Luai is not playing for Penrith. Edwards is 50-50. So it's going to come down to Nathan Cleary, I reckon, Lorenzo, if Penrith are going to win when it comes to team news and whatnot.
Yeah, I agree. I think Cleary's the key. Like he is the most Penrith Panthers wins at the end of the day. So yeah, I think if he's good, he'll be great for Penrith and they'll get the win probably. But if he's a bit, sort of 50-50 and a bit inconsistent during the game, it's going to be a result in a Wigan win. I feel like so. Yeah, Cleary's the key.
And on just on team news quickly as well. Did you see that Harry Smith, the Wigan halfback, got off his he did a little tackle on the weekend where he lifted someone up, went over the horizontal a little bit. He did get yellow carded where he got sin binned in the game against Castleford on the weekend. Do you think Harry Smith is lucky to be playing, or do you think that it's fair enough that he's allowed to play?
I reckon he's pretty lucky actually because I don't. Okay, look, I'll be honest. I didn't really see the tackle that well because I only watched it once, not more than once as well. But I think just based on the rules these days, he's a bit lucky not to be suspended for it because most of the time that is a suspension. But either way, it wasn't the worst one I've seen ever. But look, I think if as long as he's playing, it's the main thing. Because I think you want your best players playing in a World Club Challenge to make the competition fair. So I think Harry Smith playing either way is a fine thing. So at the end of the day, it's a good contest.
I had a couple of more looks at the tackle this afternoon. I think if he was going to be suspended, you just suspend him in Super League games. I'm glad he's free to play in this. You want the best players in the World Club Challenge, and I'm glad Harry Smith is playing. I think it's good for the game, and it's good for this game now because Wigan don't have to stress out about a halfback. They've got their halfback, and they're ready to go. Now, some of the matchups that we know of, Lorenzo, Liam Marshall on the left wing, he'll be up against Brian Toto. I think Toto will play right wing. That's a really good matchup right there.
Oh, it's a great battle. Liam Marshall is such an underrated winger too. Like I don't think it's the raps he deserves. Not the biggest or most athletic winger in the comp, but he's definitely very very quick. And he's also always scoring tries too. Like he's always finding the line and whatnot. But with Toto versus him, it's gonna be such a good battle.
Some of the tries Liam Marshall scores in the corner, it's uncoachable, bro.
Yeah,
it's honestly
exactly.
uncoachable. You've got what else you got there? I think you got Isaac Tago up against Adam Kieran. That'll be interesting. Battle. Adam Kieran was at Penrith at one point in his career. Now Harry Smith plays on the left, so Bevan French will be running at that young Cole fella, and Harry Smith will be running at Cleary. So that'll be interesting. But this is my favorite matchup, Lorenzo. I am looking forward to Liam Martin on Penrith's right edge up against Liam Farrell on Wigan's left edge. They are both very aggressive second rowers. Martin versus Farrell. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a fight.
Me either, to be honest, because I was a couple of fights last year too. But yeah, it's the two Liams. It's great back rowers for both their clubs, and Liam Martin, obviously, as we know, great back rower, Blues and Australian player, obviously, and premiership winner too. Liam Farrell's a gun, and I've seen a lot of him play too for Wigan, and I think when you think of him versus Liam Martin, it's going to be a really, really fiery battle too, I reckon.
It's going to be very fiery, bro. There's going to be a lot of push and shove. Well, we're not promoting violence here, but wouldn't shock me if one of them threw a punch and it was on. I'm just saying, wouldn't be shocked. Wouldn't be shocked. Speaking of pushing and shoving, well, if Patrick Mago for Wigan plays the way he did last week, keeps ripping and tearing, his battle up against the likes of Fisher Harris and Leota is going to be something else as well.
Oh, yeah, because as we know, Leota and Fisher Harris, they're not like players intimidating them. So, yeah, I think Patrick Mago might be that player that could, get under their skin a bit. And then, things might get a bit heated from there.
Oh, bro. Honestly, I can't wait for this. Sunday morning, the game is. It's going to be outstanding. Now, let's have a look at the odds. The odds are out on all the betting agencies out there in Australia. The Penrith Panthers are the favourites. They are $1.45 here to win. Wigan are at $2.70. I
Wow.
think they got it right this year, Lorenzo. Last year, we were fuming. Last year, it was like $1.10 for Penrith or something,
Yeah.
$1.20, whatever it was. Saints were about $6. Now that,
Stupid.
obviously, last year that St. Helens won, Wigan are not going to be disrespected by the betting companies. The Super League will not be disrespected. Wigan, Penrith, I think the odds are about, I think they're about right. Penrith probably are the favourites and they are expected to win, but Wigan are going to give them a game for sure.
Yeah, 100%. I think Wigan are definitely a team that will give them a bit of a crack, I reckon. And I think that people from sports bet have just realised, and people that bet in general just realised that from last year, we're not going to write off a Super League team that we may not know too well. Give Wigan a chance and see what happens because it's at their home ground. So there's no bigger advantage than that.
Now, I want to ask you about the Wigan forward pack. Obviously, up against Penrith, Leota, Fisher-Harris, Sorensen, Martin, Yo. We know how elite it is. Penrith's bench is a little bit weaker with Matt Eisenhuth and, potentially Sonny Luke or Tyrone Peachy, Luke Garner, whatever. Do you think the Wigan forwards, do you think the likes of Liam Byrne, Mago, Mike Cooper, Tyler Dupree, Kate Ellis, Willie Isa, Liam Farrell, do you think they're good enough to match Penrith and rip in against them?
Yeah, I think so. It's a very mobile pack. And Penrith's are very mobile too, but Wiggins have pretty much the same looking forward pack as Penrith do, I feel like. I don't know whose plays better, obviously, but I think Wigan definitely. I think Wigan, though, and their forwards will definitely have a battle on their hands, but they'll definitely take it, I feel like. So will Penrith's forward pack too. They won't get pushed over or bullied over as well. So they're definitely going to aim up, I think, both packs. And like we said before, Liam Farrell's going to be really good, for Wigan, I feel like, in this game, knowing how he plays. Patrick Mago is going to be bringing a lot of impact wherever he starts or comes off the bench. So either way, it's going to be a really good battle.
I would start Mago. I would honestly start him this week.
Starting?
Luke Thompson started last week in that game against Castleford in the Super League. With him not being there and you're playing Penrith, you want to give it to Fisher-Harris and Leota. I would start Mago and Cooper in the front row, but that's just me. I'll be doing that. Now, we'll get to our predictions and our tips on it all in just a moment, but we'll just quickly go over the backs. Obviously, the halves, French and Harry Smith against, we think it's going to be young Cole and Cleary. Yep. Do you think French and Smith is a good enough halves pairing to knock off, Penrith?
Yeah, I think it is, actually. I really do think it is. Bevan French at 5'8", I'll be honest, I never really rated French at 5'8" a long time ago, but since he's made moves to the halves, he's exploding now. And, I think he'll definitely be targeting that Penrith team with his running game because his running game is dangerous, If you sleep on him for a few seconds, he's gone. He's going to pass you straight away through the defensive line. A very good player.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, are we good?
Yeah, all good, bro. Continue.
Yeah, and Harry Smith's obviously a great halfback too, so it'll be a battle against Nathan Cleary, but I think Smith's good enough to compete with him.
He's got a good kicking game, Harry Smith. Bevan French is very dangerous. Now, obviously, Penrith have got the better back line. We know Edwards, May, Toto, Tago, Taruva. We know Penrith's back line is better than Wiggins. But, Jai Field, X-Factor player, bro. Kieran's a gun. Marshall, we spoke about him before. Wardle is a do-the-job center. And Miskey, we know Miskey did, he didn't really work in the NRL. He struggled. Where was he? Manly. Didn't really fit. They have X Factor, bro. Jai Field, I think he's the key to Wigan's backline.
Yeah, Jai Field, I think he'll definitely be in for a big game too. I think it was just last year too. He was in talk for the Man Steel Award really early into the season last year too. So if he can't continue that same form, just missed out. So if he can't continue that same form, I think Penrith will count.
No, you're right. 100% right. All right, your connection's getting a bit bad, so let's just try and finish this off here. We're going to give our tips away now. We're going to give our predictions for the game. Right. First prediction we'll give out, Lorenzo. Who scores the first try in the World Club Challenge?
Hopefully it's all clear, but I'll go with Liam Farrell. Liam Farrell. I'm backing him for first try on Wigan.
Ooh, Liam Farrell.
Yep.
All right, my tip for first try scorer, I'm going to go with I'm going to go with Isaac Tago for first try scorer.
Interesting. Yeah, not bad.
Isaac Tago to score the first try. What about an anytime try scorer? Who's going to score a try at some point during the game?
I'll back a Penrith player this time, and I'll go with I'll go with Toto. I think Toto is going to score at one stage at any stage. Yeah, I think he will.
I'll go Liam Farrell. I think he'll score at some point. I just think, he's that good of a player. I reckon he'll bag a try at some stage. All right. What about all right, man of the match, and then we'll give our prediction on who wins. Who will be player of the game?
Man of the match. To be honest, I'm going to give Bevan French. I think Bevan French will be a big part of the reason why we can go so well, in my opinion. So, yeah, Bevan French.
My man of the match is going to be Fisher Harris. Big Fisher Harris. I reckon he'll run for 185 meters. Big game.
Ooh, wow, that is a big game.
All right, prediction. Who wins the game and what will the final score be?
It was a tough one, but I think just because Luai's out, I think Jack Cole, for a young kid making his sort of debut against a bunch of first graders and star players in the Wigan team, it's going to be very tough for Cole, I feel like. And just in Wigan too, I think Wigan will definitely be much more adapted to the colder weather than Penrith will be. So I'll go Wigan by 4 points. I'm going 24 points to 20. Few points, I reckon. And I think we can get the job done.
I like it. That's a good prediction. I'm gonna go Penrith. I just think the one thing Penrith haven't done over their incredible dynasty the last couple of years, they haven't won the World Club Challenge. It's the only thing missing from their trophy cabinet right now. They've got the three-peat finished. They've done that. They lost the World Club Challenge by a point last year against St. Helens. I reckon they're going to go over to the UK. They're going to go in there with the right mindset. They're going to beat Wigan. It's going to be a very close game. I'm going to go Penrith by 8. My score prediction, I'm going to go a bit of a low-scoring game. I reckon Penrith 20, Wigan 12.
Ooh,
and 20-12 Wigan. I mean Penrith, sorry. Penrith Panthers win the 2024 World Club Challenge, 20 points to 12. Panthers by 8. Honestly, I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a cracker of a game. Sunday morning for us, 7 a.m. Lorenzo, I can't wait.
Me either. I think it'll be a great game. And, as we know, the World Club Challenge is such a great event to start the season. So I hope more people can tune into it and be a bit more interested like we are. But, it'll be a great game in the way. And whoever wins deserves it.
Let me just say this. Obviously, I tip Penrith to win by 8, but I'll be cheering for Wigan because I don't like Penrith one bit. I don't like them at all. I'll be cheering for Wigan. But Pro Enzo Vids, thank you very much for coming on the live stream to preview the World Club Challenge. I appreciate your time this afternoon, brother.
No worries. No worries at all. Glad to come on again. So thank you very much. And
no problem.
May the best team win.
All right, good luck to Wigan and Penrith. Good luck to their supporters. Thank you all for watching the World Club Challenge preview. If you haven't subscribed to Pro Enzo Vids' YouTube channel, make sure you do. And make sure to subscribe to mine as well. Thank you all for watching. Like, subscribe, do all that good shit. And I'll see you guys later on tonight for the Super League tips. But until next time, take care, everyone.